The Midnight Caller. Once upon a time, in a small town nestled between the mountains, there was a quaint little house at the edge of the forest. It belonged to Joe, a young man who lived alone with his loyal dog, Max. Joe loved the peacefulness of the woods, but little did he know that something sinister lurked in the darkness beyond his doorstep. One stormy night, as the wind howled and rain battered against the windows, Joe was awoken by the shrill ringing of his phone. Groggy and disoriented, he stumbled out of bed to answer. "Hello," he mumbled, his voice trembling slightly, but there was no response, only the sound of heavy breathing on the other end. Joe's heart raced as a chill ran down his spine. He tried again. "Who's there?" Still silence. Brushing it off as a prank call, Joe hung up and went back to bed, but he couldn't shake the feeling of unease. Just as he was about to drift off to sleep, the phone rang again, piercing the silence of the night. This time, Joe hesitated before answering, his hand trembling as he lifted the receiver to his ear. "Who is this?" he demanded, his voice quivering with fear. But once again, there was no reply, only the same eerie breathing that sent shivers down his spine. With a sense of dread creeping over him, Joe slammed the phone down and bolted the doors and windows, hoping to shut out whatever malevolent presence was haunting him. As the night wore on, Joe huddled in bed with Max by his side, his mind racing with fear and uncertainty. Every creak of the old house, every gust of wind outside, sent his heart pounding with terror. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the phone fell silent. But the fear lingered, casting a shadow over Joe's once peaceful home. As the first light of dawn broke through the darkness, Joe gathered his courage and ventured outside to inspect the phone lines, only to find them mysteriously severed. With a sinking feeling in his heart, Joe realized that the caller wasn't just a figment of his imagination. Someone, or something, had been watching him, waiting in the shadows, and now, he couldn't shake the feeling that it was still out there, lurking just beyond his reach.